My name is Justin Masterson. So I played in the major leagues, 8 years. Friend of Trevor. Hey, Trevor. I want to tell you a story. It was my first year, and I was pitching for the Boston Red Sox, and we were playing the Tampa Bay Rays down in Tropicana Field. If you've never been to Tropicana Field, don't go there. It's not worth it. It's a terrible place. It's a horrible stadium. So I got some friends visiting me. They have 3 little girls who had probably never seen a game of baseball before. And yet here they are at a major league stadium. I was pitching. We get to the 4th inning, and there's a man on each base. Well, the next batter comes up. It was Evan Longoria, who none of you know who he is. But he crushes the ball, and it goes over the fence for what we in baseball call a grand slam. Well, the crowd goes crazy. Oh, you know, it's so great. Oh. And I was not too happy about that. And so game goes on. We end up losing. Well, I'm meeting up with my friends after the game at their hotel room. And I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'll be honest. I wasn't feeling good. Left to my own, who knows what I would have done. But thankfully, I had some people there with me. And the little girls, they just look at me and they go, Justin, wasn't it so cool when the entire stadium was cheering for you? And I was like, I don't remember when they were all cheering for me. They're like, no. And then like the 4th inning, and the ball went really far over the fence, and everyone just goes, "Wah!" Oh man, it's like, yeah, gosh, you girls, you are awesome. And in that moment, there's no reason to correct them. They don't know any different. In that moment, I'm just like, wow, like you just made me smile and built me up so much, because what actually happened is everyone was excited despite me. But they, having no clue, just saw their friend Justin out on the mound and everyone starting to cheer, and they assumed it was for me. There is nothing greater than having people around you. It can be very difficult at times because they can challenge you, they can question you, and that's not always what we want, because if you're anything like me, you can be very selfish and you don't want to listen to anybody. You want to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. If anybody messes with that, it just ticks you off a little bit. And yet, the best we are is when we have people surrounding us who, yeah, sometimes press our buttons, but they do an even more incredible job of pushing us forward. Just like those little girls were able to sit there and they didn't even know what they were doing because they were just clueless to the situation, but they were able to get me back to where I needed to be, to not feel sorry for myself, to not think about that game too much, because it was a reminder that in this life, it's not just about success and fame and fortune and going for that next great big thing, because many times that can leave you lonely, because anything we do takes hard work and sacrifice. And to be great at something, you have to sacrifice most things. That's why I look at it, my baseball career. I was happy to be good, but I couldn't be great because I wasn't willing to sacrifice my friends and family like so many others were, because I knew that I needed them. Because success is great, but not if there's no one to talk to about it. Not if there's no one next to you who, when you give up that grand slam, is willing to hold your hand and cheer you up. But also when you pitch really great, to be there to say, hey man, that's awesome. So as you go out, make sure you don't get caught up in the grind of just success. Look around at the people who are surrounding you. And if there's no one, find some people. Because they say in Ecclesiastes 4:9-10, that 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their labor. And why is that? Because if one happens to fall down, the other can help them up. So don't forget that as you go about your journey.